Modern abstract art doesn't ask for permission to exist. It doesn't knock politely on the door of tradition or wait for approval from history. Instead, it bursts onto the canvas like a thought you didn't know you were having, bold, unpredictable, and impossible to ignore. Imagine this: a blank canvas staring back at you, silent but full of potential, and then, one stroke, one splash, one movement. Suddenly meaning is born without a single word being spoken. That is the power of modern abstract art, and from the very first second of this video, we invite you to let go of the idea that art must explain itself. Because abstract art isn't here to give answers. It's here to make you feel something, anything, deeply and honestly. In a world overflowing with images, filters, and perfectly edited visuals, modern abstract art dares to be raw. It rejects realism and embraces emotion. It doesn't care whether you see a face, a landscape, or nothing at all. What matters is what happens inside you when you look at it. That sudden pause, that quiet confusion, that unexpected comfort. Abstract art works like music without lyrics. It speaks directly to the soul, bypassing logic and going straight to feeling. And this is why modern abstract art has become one of the most powerful creative movements of our time. The story of modern abstract art begins with rebellion. Artists reached a point where copying the visible world no longer felt enough. Cameras could capture reality perfectly, so painters began asking a deeper question: what about the invisible world? What about thoughts, memories, anxiety, joy, chaos, peace? Abstract art was born from this hunger to express the unseeable. Colors became emotions. Shapes became energy. Lines became movement. The canvas turned into a battlefield where freedom fought against rules, and freedom won. One of the most exciting things about modern abstract art is that there is no single way to experience it. Two people can stand in front of the same artwork and walk away with completely different stories. One might see hope, another might feel tension, and neither of them is wrong. Abstract art invites the viewer to become part of the creative process. The moment your eyes meet the artwork, you complete it with your own emotions, your own memories, your own inner world. That's not confusion, that's collaboration. Now imagine using modern abstract art as a hook in your life or your space. The moment someone walks into a room and sees a bold abstract piece on the wall, the atmosphere changes instantly. It sparks curiosity. It starts conversations. It turns an ordinary space into a statement. Abstract art doesn't whisper. It speaks confidently, saying this space has personality, this space has depth, this space has a story that doesn't need words. Modern abstract artists often work intuitively, letting instinct guide the brush instead of planning every detail. This process is deeply human. It mirrors the way we think, feel, and react in real life: messy, layered, and beautifully imperfect. Paint might drip, colors may clash, textures may feel uncomfortable, but that discomfort is part of the truth. Abstract art reminds us that beauty isn't always neat. Sometimes beauty is chaos finding its own rhythm. Texture plays a huge role in modern abstract art, adding a physical dimension to emotional expression. Thick layers of paint, scratches, cracks, and mixed materials invite the viewer not just to look, but to imagine touch. Texture creates shadows, depth, and movement, making the artwork feel alive as lighting changes throughout the day. This tactile quality turns a flat canvas into a living surface, one that evolves depending on where you stand and how you feel. Color in modern abstract art is never accidental. Even when it seems random, it carries emotional weight. Deep blues can feel meditative or melancholic. Explosive reds may signal passion, anger, or power. Soft neutrals might bring calm, while neon tones scream energy and rebellion. Artists use color the way poets use words, choosing combinations that stir emotions rather than describe objects. And the magic happens when colors interact, clash, blend, or fight for dominance on the canvas. Modern abstract art also reflects the pace of contemporary life. Fast, fragmented, overstimulated, yet deeply emotional. It mirrors urban landscapes, digital noise, cultural shifts, and personal struggles. In a way, abstract art becomes a visual diary of modern existence. It captures the tension between control and chaos, between structure and freedom, between tradition and innovation. Every piece becomes a snapshot of a moment, frozen in color and form. For creators and viewers alike, abstract art can be incredibly therapeutic. The act of creating without rules allows emotions to flow freely. There is no pressure to be correct, no fear of making mistakes, because mistakes don't exist in abstraction. This freedom can be healing, especially in a world that constantly demands perfection. Watching abstract art being created, brushes moving freely, paint spreading unpredictably, can be just as calming as meditation. Modern abstract art also thrives in its versatility. It lives comfortably in galleries, homes, offices, fashion, digital media, and even architecture. It adapts, evolves, and reinvents itself constantly. Abstract visuals dominate album covers, branding, motion graphics, and social media aesthetics because they are timeless yet modern, personal yet universal. They don't age the way trends do, they simply transform. One powerful hook idea when presenting abstract art is to challenge the viewer directly. Ask them not what they see, but what they feel. Encourage them to sit with discomfort, curiosity, or wonder for just a few seconds longer than usual. That pause, that moment of reflection, is where abstract art works its magic. It slows time in a fast-moving world and invites introspection without judgment. Another compelling hook is to show transformation. Begin with a blank canvas, empty and silent, then gradually introduce color, texture, and movement. Let the artwork evolve in real time, mirroring the way ideas form in the human mind. This visual journey keeps viewers engaged because they aren't just watching art being made, they're witnessing creation itself. Modern abstract art also challenges the idea of value. People often ask, why is this art worth so much? But abstract art teaches us that value doesn't come from realism alone. It comes from originality, emotion, risk, and perspective. An abstract piece represents courage, the courage to create something without knowing how it will be received. That courage is priceless. As we move deeper into the future, abstract art continues to expand into digital spaces. Motion abstracts, generative art, and AI-influenced designs push boundaries even further. Yet at its core, abstract art remains deeply human. It is still about expression, emotion, and connection. Technology may change the tools, but the heart of abstract art stays the same. Modern abstract art invites us to rethink creativity itself. It tells us that art doesn't have to look like something to be something. It doesn't need permission, explanation, or approval. It simply needs honesty. And in a world where honesty is rare, abstract art feels revolutionary. As this video comes to a close, remember this. Abstract art is not about understanding, it's about experiencing. It's about letting go of expectations and allowing yourself to feel without explanation. Whether you love it, question it, or feel confused by it, abstract art has already done its job. It has made you pause, think, and feel. And sometimes that's the most powerful kind of art there is. If this video inspired you to look at art differently, to feel more deeply, or to explore your own creativity without fear, then modern abstract art has reached you exactly as it was meant to. Stay curious, stay open, and never stop creating, even if no one understands it but you.